It is time.
So this is Hideaway by Jacob Collier, and this is one of my favorite songs. There's a bunch of things that are like musically really interesting about it, but maybe I'll wait till we're actually listening to it to like say those things. I don't want to like bog things down too much and like, oh, like he modulates to this key and he's like
Right.
subdividing the beat this way. I feel like I don't know. I don't know if people are interested in that stuff, but this song is really beautiful, and not only is it really beautiful, but it has a bunch of really musically interesting things about it.
Let's get into it.
So many strings.
Take me anywhere you wanna go. You know that my love is strong in my hideaway. Softly, like the calm that follows storm. Find what I've been searching for all along.
I love that like gourd thing. The sound he's getting off of it is so interesting. I'm mesmerized.
Even when I close my eyes, darling, I will always stay.
Wow.
Wide awake in my hideaway. Touch me like I've never loved before, in a place that I adore, in my hideaway. I know whichever way the wind may blow, there will be a place for me to go in my hideaway. Whether you be lost or found, darling, if you've gone astray, I'm on my way to my hideaway.
Mike, what do you think?
Holy shit. I
Yeah.
feel like a better person now. I feel like I just like grew as a person. I mean, like, I don't know what else to say about this. Is like one of the most astounding things I've ever watched and listened to. I was so mesmerized, like I said, by like that big gourd. Like what he would do is he had like this like rock or something in his hand, and he was like swishing it on the thing to get this kind of like scrapey noise, you know, before every single hit. And I really like the songwriting. It's just fascinating, and it's interesting because Jacob Collier is actually the first British artist to ever receive a Grammy Award for each of his first 4 albums.
Ooh, that's
So
huge.
literally nothing but net.
Yeah, so that gourd. So I've never seen this video, and watching the video, like I feel like I'm learning and hearing new things in the music that I didn't even know were there. That gourd thing is really interesting. I always assumed that he was doing like a hit on some kind of drum that was then like, I don't know, maybe he took the reverb and reversed it and put it before the hit. So you're hearing the reverb into the hit. That's kind of what it sounds like. But in the video, he's scraping the drum and then hitting it. And
Yeah.
as I'm watching him do that, I'm like, oh, that's what he's doing. It actually sounds more like that.
Right.
Yeah. And yeah, the way he overdubs his voice in harmony and just the chords of that B section thing are just so beautiful. And there's also I don't know that I'm right about this, but I think I am, and that's that when he comes in with the shaker in like the second verse or so, he comes in with the shaker in this like 5 pattern, this like quintuplet thing. So he's taking like a normal beat, like if this is the quarter note, you're like subdividing it into 16th notes, decca 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 like that. He's subdividing it into quintuplets, decca 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 da da, creating this kind of
Right.
like uneven feeling weird groove. But he's doing it with the shaker, and I think that like his finger picking pattern is doing that too. And like I don't mean to get too in the weeds of like, oh my god, he's doing all this amazing technical stuff, because obviously that's not really what makes the song the song. What
Right.
makes the song is it has just this X factor of like beauty, and like he has just conveyed some kind of feeling through it. But there's also all this really interesting stuff going on.
That beat that you're talking about is very reminiscent of a lot of Indian music. It has that that kind of rhythm in it. So I think that's probably he's kind of pulling. It kind of gives it that world music vibe to it, along with, of course, the lute that he's playing and some of the other instruments that he's playing. But I did see that he does have this instrument that he developed called a harmonizer. That's a synthesizer that samples his voice in real time, so he can sing harmonies live. So I think that we could be using that while he's recording him, not. But his vocal range is on point. I mean, it's the lowest of the low to the highest. It's beautiful, and he has a unique sound to his voice too.
Yeah, it's really easy to listen to. And I felt like I was literally like walking into the Sistine Chapel and sitting down, and it's like, everything is, sacred geometry and all old and like a castle. And then it's like showcasing this like, really, really amazing piece of music that I feel like was developed to like showcase like how far music could go. I mean, like I was hearing things that, especially in the very beginning when it was like all of those like strings at the same time, it kind of just made this organized, disorganized harmony chaos thing, which I'm sure he worked really, really hard to get to. Adam in the chat says, I'm going to need one of those cow print shirts. Me too.
Yeah,
He also said, yeah. He also says, but also the layers in the song are incredible.
Agreed.
Yeah, and I agree with that too. This is epic. Way to come out swinging with your very first pick on Galaxy Jams React, Sam. Let's keep it going.
My hideaway, down, going down, down, falling down, singing down, 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 follow down, down, going down.
I'm pretty sure he's also like 21 in this video.
Uh-huh.
The rain falls, falling down, 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 down to the sea, down, down, oh, that river, to the depth of me. When the rain falls, falling down to the sea.
This is absolutely insane.
To my highway, trusting wherever I go wandering, I'll find a home in everything in my hideaway.
Wow. That was incredible.
And the video was just like unreal too. I kind of liked how it was similar to the first video we saw, which was just like, again, sampled like things, you know, of people doing. But I was, you know, I didn't know which person to watch. They were all just really, really, you know, well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's his vocal range again is
Unbelievable.
insane. I really liked it. It reminded me of so many things. A lot of the harmonies remind me of just like there's a ton of old music that has those kind of harmonies in it, like Manhattan Transfer and stuff like that. But also kind of like Jellyfish in a way. If you ever listen to that band Jellyfish, they would do a lot of kind of very orchestrated sounding harmonies, and really loved it. It was great.
It reminded me of this artist that we have that's actually local to us called Kishibashi.
Mm-hmm.
And Kishibashi makes these big, grand, orchestral movie score type of music.
Right.
And that's what I felt like this was. Very, very grand, very orchestral, and very cinematic.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly, yeah, very like, very highly put together, high effort music, I guess, so to speak. I'm pretty sure he plays.
Yeah,
every instrument in this
he
Yeah,
does.
he plays every instrument. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy too. So
Yeah.
maybe because everything he was doing was pretty you know.
I wonder if he
profound.
did the video. What if he edited that video? Wouldn't that be
don't know.
just... I'd just
He
be
did
like,
that.
dude, you just seem like you won.
Good
job.
He made YouTube. Back in
He
the
took
day,
my mom
when he
out
was
to
4.
dinner.
Yeah.
He's done it all.
No, it was interesting. 2 days ago, I was looking up some songs for the show, which is half of my life now, and I saw him play a little bit with this. It's like a YouTube channel. It's like Jammy Jams or something like that. But it's just like kind of like almost kind of an instructional thing in a way. It looks like it might be coming from like a college or something. I haven't done a lot of research on that, so I could be completely wrong. But they would put all these different amazing musicians together, like even Domi from JD Beck and Domi was in some of that. It would be like these super groups playing amongst all these people that are watching it. And that's how the videos are. I'm going to bring some of them on the show. Super interesting, but like everybody is so crazy talented that it's almost overwhelming when you watch it, because they'll have like 3 drummers that are playing together but also playing different things at the same time, playing over like 2 keyboard players and 2 bassists and 2 guitar players and some horns, and it's like the most crazy written stuff that is the whole entire time just going off for like 5 to 7 minutes. And but he was on that, and he was doing some singing and also some playing some piano and stuff on it. It was pretty sweet.
How did you find this, Sam?
How did I find this? I don't even... Okay, so probably the way that I came into Jacob Collier was that one of the things that he did early on that went incredibly viral was his arrangement of the Flintstones theme. And it is just one of the most insane pieces of like vocal orchestration and technical ability that you'll ever hear. And
I'm gonna definitely check that out.
yeah, and things like that are certainly very like just attention grabbing. And so I think when I heard that, I was like, oh my God, I have to listen to this guy's album.
Mm-hmm.
And in addition to having things that are just the highest level of like impressive stuff like that, he also has music that just feels really good and has a lot of depth to it, which at the end of the day, I'm far more into than just something that grabs your attention because of how skilled you have to be to make it.
Right.
But sometimes that kind of thing is the gateway into an artist.
It's really, really hard to make music that's that technical without being pretentious about it. And he still was able to pull off all this magnificent shit without, like, you know, essentially saying, look what I can do, you know?
Right.
Hi, this is Mike with Galaxy Jams Reacts. We hope that you enjoyed that React video. Be sure to check out the links below of when we're going to be live streaming our next show and also how to watch full episodes. Please hit that subscribe button. Every single one helps.